including the US, Japan, Canada, Australia and the UK, issued a statement that said that the study on the source of Covid-19 was significantly delayed. Listen in.
We agree, and we have long said, as I just stated, it lacks crucial data, information, it lacks access, it lacks transparency. It certainly, we don't believe that in our review to date that it meets the moment, it meets the impact that this pandemic has had on the global community.
Earlier we spoke with Colin D. Butler, the Honorary Professor of Public Health from the Australian National University in Canberra. For more on this, listen in.
That they have not done enough to rule out the laboratory origin theory. It wasn't in their terms of reference. It was a foregone conclusion that they would dismiss it. So indeed it was a premature and premeditated conclusion. And you use the word probing team, but I'd say it was a team that in fact didn't probe at all.
The professor also explained how a virus can be manufactured in a lab. Listen in to his inputs.
The virus cannot be made from nothing in a lab, but if you have the right knowledge and techniques, you can modify an existing virus in the lab and come up with a brand new virus. Not only that, but these days we can modify laboratory animals, including mice. There is such a thing now as a humanized mouse, which is a mouse with a bit of human DNA in it. So you can do tests on this mouse and get a fair idea of what's going to happen if it was human beings who were tested on. Now, these experiments can be used for good purposes, but they can also be used for bad purposes, such as biological warfare. But also, we don't know enough. Things can go wrong. Accidents can happen. Hence, we need more transparency.
There has been finger-pointing from a world reeling under the pandemic, with cases rising globally. Butler shed light on why the Chinese establishment would try to hide such critical and crucial details and not provide all access to the probe teams. Listen in.
Well, I regret to say that China, under the current administration, the Chinese Communist Party, act as though they have many things to hide. They clearly don't want to lose face, but they instead should cooperate. China has long been called the Middle Kingdom. They're acting as if they're above the international community rather than a part of the international community. They appear to act as if other countries are below them and should pay homage. So, in summary, they act as if they have many things to hide.
Moving on now, with the ongoing uncertainty over the use of the AstraZeneca vaccine in the European Union, the head of a Belgian vaccination centre said recently that less than 10 people have cancelled their appointments on Thursday after the EU drug regulator said that the AstraZeneca jab comes with certain rare side effects. Listen in.
Hier, nous avons eu quelques annulations, pas énormément, donc on va parler de moins de 10 personnes, d'accord, mais ces 10 personnes ont été quasiment automatiquement remplacés par d'autres. Et donc clairement, il y a plus de questions qui se posent par rapport au vaccin AstraZeneca, mais nos équipes ici répondent aux questions, équipe infirmière, équipe administrative, équipe médicale, et apaisent les craintes des personnes qui viennent se faire vacciner, bien évidemment. Maintenant, depuis hier, nous devons appliquer aussi les critères avec la limite d'âge qui est fixée. Et donc, moyennant ce respect, ces explications, nous n'avons pas beaucoup d'annulations, même très peu, quoi.
The head of the vaccination centre added that the EU drug regulator's decision led to more questions from the public. In the vaccination centre's observation room, people who just received the jab said that the side effects did not discourage them from receiving the jab.
Disons qu'au départ, j'ai appréhendé un petit peu. J'ai téléphoné à mon médecin pour savoir un petit peu ce qu'il en était. Il m'a totalement rassurée. Et de toute façon, je préfère être vaccinée. Mon frère a été contaminé. Il est resté 10 jours aux soins intensifs. Et après avoir vu ça, je préfère être vaccinée. Je crois que le risque est moindre que d'attraper le Covid.
The European Medicines Agency had on Wednesday said that the jab had possible links with very rare blood clots and low blood platelet counts, but also reiterated that its advantages outweighed its risks and recommended no age or gender limits for its use. The finding led the Belgian health authorities to suspend the use of the vaccine jointly developed with the University of Oxford for people below the age of 56.